Hey everybody, it's me Nez back with another Solo Hoops episode, and we've got a big slate on tap today. And Numi and Hope loaded us up with just an immense array of contests to enter. Having a little FOMO that I'm not using the old button clicker and maxing in to these main slates for the 8K up top, but plenty plenty of other stuff to choose from in these lobbies. And man, oh man, is it time to get into it. Let's go ahead and see what we actually have on tap today, because it is a lot, as I'm finishing up a buzzer beater draft because I just simply cannot stop drafting today. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, so to start, we've got, of course, our main slate. 8K to first up here. That's a fun one. Currently working on my buzzer beaters here with the 20 max, 1K to first. Love that. This heat check, man. Oh, baby. Heat check is back. This is the OG heat check, by the way. This isn't our old 1K that we've had so far. 8K to first in the heat check. I'm going to have to fire away in this. I believe this is 10 max. 10 max for the heat check here. Oh my goodness, man. 8K to first. That's going to be fun. Somebody in the Discord is no doubt taking this one home. And then this single entry four-point play is back. Love this one. This one is a lot of fun. $4 single entry, 696 entrants, and they only pay out the top 40, which I think is actually pretty cool. Nothing wrong with a little $4 single entry, top heavy, call your shot, play some ceiling plays. I think that's pretty damn fun. If I do say so myself. Yeah, right on. Sorry. This is they should have called this the chip check, because this is the OG. The OG heat check is the chip check. And then of course our free throw, but I never do well in these free throws. I feel like, I put in good ranks, I auto them, and I never do better than like $20 profit. So they're a fun way to kind of earn some rake back, which I'm notorious for enjoying. But I've stepped away from the free throws until this number gets back into the quad digits. Copper, thanks for being here, man. If you win that, you want to go halvesy on an Aston Martin rental, let's do it anyways. I think that'd be a lot of fun to roll up in style. But first things first, man, you gotta come to Miami. I've heard you may be AFK in Miami, so let's go ahead and get you there. That way we can dap up. I would love to meet you there. All right, let's go into these rankings, man, and see what we got going on today. I don't really want to talk about yesterday's slate that much, because I did play and I lost. I lost a lot yesterday. That was just such a silly slate. You start off with OG out of nowhere with the finger laceration, bails out all those people who deserve to be bailed out. We didn't know that OG wasn't going to play at first. Those people get bailed out with the De'Aaron Fox swaps. It was just kind of a nutty day. I was pretty busy, thankfully, so I didn't get a chance to really sweat it too hard or go in too hard. But a lot of silliness yesterday that I am pretty thankful that I missed. But didn't have enough Bobby Portis in what I played, and unfortunately missed Gafford Day. And I'm always looking to play Gafford, so that was kind of a bummer. Before we get into these rankings, man, let's put on the old ghost beats. What do we think? A little mac and cheese, a little conflicted. I think was, yeah, we don't do conflicted. Or no, mac and cheese is what John did when we were dancing, like when we were. Yeah, that's too hip hop. There we go. A nice, cool conflicted by Ghost Beats. Make sure you give him some support. Hey, GA. Thanks for coming, hanging out with me. I hope to see you in the hoop streets. All right. So, as with most 10-game slates, right, the first round is just absolutely loaded. I think one of the more interesting things here is this Embiid Q tag. I don't know that I'm going to be taking him over Luka, but normally I would if there wasn't a Q tag here. I think I'm lagging, huh? Can you guys see me? This is fantastic. I'm for sure frozen, right? Like that's not just a me thing. Yeah, yeah, I am frozen. That is let me go ahead and fix that. You gotta just enjoy the tunes while I get myself back up. This is what happens when we do solo streams. Everything goes wrong. Just try to do something good for myself. Oh, we're so back. All right, we're back, and we got the white screen here. We're still trying to get a digital display, but with my like wide lens camera, you can still see the ends here, and it kind of like, yeah, we'll get to that later. But so this first round is really nutty. Without question, the 101 is Jokic today. I mean, when you look at his pickums, I mean, they're just like off the charts. Nobody comes close to him in projections. When I like looking at these rebound and assist pickums, and Jokic is at, I think, a 22 and a half, maybe that, yeah, 22 and a half rebounds and assists for Jokic. Let me pull it up so you can actually see that. Pretty insane. The next closest is 16 and a half. He also projects for 31 and a half points. Just simply nobody touching him today. I mean, we can look at these other points and assists for Luka, who is number 2 in ADP, and he actually has this is 3 lower than Embiid, which is pretty interesting. You see Embiid at 49 and a half there against the Pacers. I mean, both of these games have pretty high totals. So, I mean, you're really splitting hairs when it comes to the 1 and 2. I would personally just do RNG when it comes to my top 3 of just doing Luka, then Embiid, just because these games both have pretty high totals. So I'm just going to not be overweight anybody on here and kind of let these equally distribute. Shea is in a pretty damn nice spot too today against the Spurs. Really just filling it up. The real version of filling it up via scoring, but you know, giving you the stocks there too. When it comes to his pick'ems today, I gotta get over to my other screen here. What do we got for Shea? 43 and a half points, boards, and assists. 11 and a half boards and assists. I think Anthony Davis is going to look better. 42 and a half points, boards, and assists, but 3.5 stocks. That's going to look better than SGA in projections, and I'm pretty sure projections do say that. We only have Stochastic right now. I don't have ETRs yet, but they actually do have Shea over AD. Okay. So ADP once again just absolutely nailing it. So there's nothing really to discuss here. This is where things start to, you know, you can start to split a hair or two here. I would take Halliburton over Maxey, but if you want to ride the Maxey train, I mean, a lot of people are doing it, and I can't really blame you, man. He's just so awesome. And depending on what we get with Embiid here, I mean, no Embiid. I don't. How much better can Maxey really get, right? I mean, with Embiid in these games, he's just going insane. How much better can Maxey get, right? He would jump Halliburton if Embiid was out for sure. I don't know that he jumps AD. That would be probably a bridge too far for me, but this is probably warranted. If you want to go Maxey over Halliburton, like that's fine. I haven't done enough volume today to tell you what this ADP actually is, but for me, it's going to be Hallie over Maxey. And we just got 2 Spurs ruled out too. So Trey Jones and Keldon Johnson just got ruled out. Does change some projections, I think, because that's some offensive output from Keldon going away, and maybe some more assists for Sohan, and Vassell. but probably not going to Sohan today. This is the 10 gamer. All right, moving along here. Ant versus Bam, I think, is like the next question for me in these drafts. Hello? Bam versus Ant for me is what's next on the docket, and how you choose to play this. I would probably throw LaMelo in here as well. So I would just, as far as my rankings go, do this because I like to stay a little tethered to ADP and keep Bam and Ant high up in here because you're still going to get overweight LaMelo just by having him over Wemby and taking him before the rest of these guys. You could, I think, put him over Ant. I know I've been wrong on Ant so many times, and he just lit up the Warriors, and the the Wolves are just playing such great basketball. But LaMelo is finally returning to form, and all of his projections line up really well. I mean, if you wanted to put LaMelo over Bam and Ant today, would not blame you. But for my rankings, for my initial rankings, I'm definitely going to do something like this. Hey, Crutches. Solo pod action. I see. Yeah. John's in the cabin. Numi's hard at work. 10-game slate. So it's very easy. So I'm here. All right. So after this is where we get Wemby. I'm probably going Bane before I go Wemby today. And I'm pretty sure the Stochastic, what do they have for Bane today? Okay. They actually like Wemby more than Bane. Wemby is getting a nice projection today. So this ADP I don't think is going anywhere, especially once like ETR comes out. I don't think ETR is going to deviate that far either. With that game, it's 238 for the total. So pace up spot, great opportunities for Wemby to score and distribute and also rack up some stocks. So I still think I like Bane here, but we'll go Wemby just right after for now because I don't know if, depending on who I'm in here with these lobbies, like Wemby will probably fall. Hey, Brad. GM, thanks for being here, dude. This Curry ADP, like with the Q tag plus just like Steph being Steph this season, like we finally had a 46.5 point game, fantasy point game from Steph. Projections would agree that he does not really warrant his ADP, and it's not by a ton, but he is 20th in Stochastics ranks today. So do with that what you will. I was going to be off Steph anyways, so that don't matter to me. Kyrie, I think, is next for me. It's always kind of odd when you have guys in good matchups and they just played that same team. It kind of makes you want to, can they just do exactly what they did again? I mean, maybe. This is another really high total. Pelicans and Mavs is 239 with a 3.5 spread. Looks to be close. Looks to be nice and pace up. We're going to go Kyrie next in my ranks here. And then we'll go Lowry. Markkanen, big ass shotgun, as he is so known around here, actually getting some respect. And as you would expect against the Blazers, who are really, really bad, finally we're going to get a good Markkanen projection. ADP is pretty damn good today, man. I know I like to stay tethered to ADP anyways, but it's just really good today. This is where I would probably put LeBron. Once I get to this point here, I will, I don't know. I don't want to jump Markkanen, especially since there's like a 2 ADP gap between Markkanen and Jimmy. That would end up getting a lot of LeBron if I did that. So we'll go LeBron next. And he's got the Q tag, but man, against Memphis, he just missed the last game. I feel like he's going to play today. Let me know if you guys have any leans there. But we'll go LeBron, then Jimmy. Awesome spot for Jimmy buckets, right? Against the Hornets here. Anytime we get the Heat in a pace-up spot, I'm excited. But, like, Jimmy's been pretty disappointing so far, but he's like Cade, cover boy. we're just going to play them when they're in good spots. And then for me next, I would put Zion over Cat. Cat had a nice game, back-to-back pretty nice games of over 40. This is an interesting game against the Warriors here. I don't think I'm going to have Cat in like my next 3 spots here, because we've got to put DeJounte in there. We've got to put Cade in there. We've got to put BI. And with this Warriors-Wolves game, it's a 219 total. Second lowest on the slate behind the Magic and Nets, which doesn't really have a whole lot of fantasy goodness going on in there either. And then the next lowest after those two is a 223 total with the Heat and Hornets. And there's a lot of fun pieces in that game. So it's going to be hard for me to get to Cat today, and I hope that doesn't burn me. But not to DeJounte, my apologies. I'm going to call him Murray. Yeah, so I'm definitely thinking Murray and Cade next, and I would go BI next as well in this high-scoring affair. This Detroit-Atlanta, like I said, lower scoring total today, 225. 4-point spread favoring the Hawks. Without Trey, that could be a pretty close game. Could be a nice little track meet there. Hey, Numi. Cat will foul out early in the 4th. Thank you, G.A. Stradamus. I was not certain if Cat was going to foul out, but now we know, thanks to your foresight, that Cat's going to foul out. So that makes him a do not draft, DND today. Do we even add Cat in the ranks? Do we even want any part of that? I think when you get to this part of the draft, maybe we can slot Cat in there. Paolo, not falling for your tricks, buddy. No way. We only take Paolo whenever he's like 30 or lower. We're not taking Paolo at 21.5. Jaren Jackson not getting a lot of love from the computers today, but we love him here at LA. The stocks have been way down. 2 stocks, 0, 1. That has been way down. I'm going to fall for it, though. We're going to slot him in there. I don't know if in the heat of the moment I can take him over Chet, but Chet is definitely next for me here. And then just so I don't lose sight of good value, we'll put Paolo right behind those guys. Ever had a game? I'm assuming you mean like a good game. I don't know, man. But it's that smile. That damn smile. I don't know, man. JJJ is, you know what? We're going to go with he's due. He's definitely due. I think in LA, he's going to shine. He hasn't. Okay, good to know. You're going to have to help me out on this one. WDW got an Embiid Davis 6-7 turn. We are officially rooting for Embiid out now. I wonder if that was that Maine? Was that the buzzer beater? Where was that? I need to know so I can not enter that anymore. What up, James? Young goon. Okay, back to the rankings. Kawhi and Paul George. Man, these Clippers. What the hell do we do with these Clippers, dude? I know it's the evergreen statement, but it's like worse more than ever. My stance was always, Paul George no matter what in these. And we've got Paul George with an ugly 15 in his box score. Kawhi with some consistent 30s there. I'm usually Paul George over Kawhi in these contests. It just makes the decisions easier. And if you're just always Paul George, then you can't get mad when he doesn't hit because it's like, oh, well, one of these days he'll hit. That's such a bad way to think about playing these games, but simply just cannot come to a decision when it comes to these damn Clippers, dude. And I don't want to make it. So we'll go George, but we'll put Kawhi right behind him because I don't feel too strongly about these guys over Kawhi. Young Clay, welcome to the live stream. PG and then cross your fingers, yeah. Basically. Ben with the first ever hoops bink. Let's go, son. Where was that? I saw your name. That was I believe that was the sixth man. The second iteration of the six man, which was a sick contest. I hope we get that back. I like the 3-man weave that's out today, but man, oh man, that 6-man was really sick. 10K in prizes, 1.5 to first. A nice little top heavy contest. I do love that we have all of these 10% to first contests. I like how flat they are. They're very forgiving. But getting these, smaller max entry contests that are top heavy is really cool. It's really fun. I mean, we deserve a little top heaviness every now and then. Let's up the risk tolerance a little bit here. How bad of a click is Jeremy Grant in the 6th? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just a fish with you, but I'm liking Jeremy Grant. I like Jeremy Grant today. That Jazz Blazers game is a 231 total. Only a 6.5 spread. I say only because the Blazers are obviously terrible. So if we can get a little back and forth there, Jeremy Grant, can I interest you in a little Shaden Sharp as well? Caesars has a boost, or should I say redacted? They fall in the redacted category. They have a boost on PG, so we're fading him because it's not going to hit. I'm going to take my tinfoil hat off and click PG today. So yeah, Ben won in the 6-man, so 6 sweat. Only team at the top with 2 left, and he almost got chased down by Sabonis. There is nothing worse than that Sabonis sweat, man. When you're fading Sabonis, it's just the worst because it feels like every bounce goes his way, and he's just racking up boards, and they run that pick and roll all day. It's the worst when you got to fade Sabonis, but congrats, man. Yeah, Jazz defense is pretty horrible. So this is one of those spots where we like Jeremy. I'm really hoping we don't get that sub 30 game from Grant. He's kind of hit or miss, to be honest, but would I put him in 27th in my rankings? Probably not. I'm really interested in Gobert, who's been playing really well this season. 5 blocks against Golden State last matchup. He's just a lock for 10 boards. But what I really like is Thompson. I thought that this total would be higher, but that's what happens when you face the Pistons. I'm really into Ausar Thompson today. We're going to put him next. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Crutches. I think Murray is a buy right now at ADP, but I'm not going to chase him. I'm not going to chase him up. Oh, my goodness. T-Box. I'm so honored. You've been crushing, man. You've been crushing. I might take a couple notes from you. I hope I don't see you in these cash streets, these sit and goes, but those sit and goes are looking juicy. All right, next man up in these ranks. I think I am going to put Jeremy Grant there just because still no Brogdon against the Jazz. I think he's going to be in my player pool today. The one true king. Rookie of the year, Ausar Thompson. You've heard it here first. Shout out, Dave. Okay, then we're going to put Gobert in there. Mikal Bridges. This would be the spot, right? This would be the spot for Mikal Bridges to go off, where the matchup looks bad. One of the lowest totals against the Magic. He's disappointed all year, and this is no doubt 40 ball coming from Mikal Bridges because of the matchup. Aaron Gordon, though, has just been balling, straight up balling. I like all Nuggets against the Clippers. Clippers kind of suck. They're in a little disarray, but they're going to try to win. So they're not going to give up. So I think the fact that, they could be taken advantage of defensively, and they're trying to win is good for Nuggets. That is my thesis, and I'm sticking to it. We're putting Aaron Gordon in top 30. And then after that, just because I want to keep an eye on Mikal, we're going to put Mikal after that. All right. Here's our top 31 so far. Yeah, I think it's time to start looking at these Blazers, as Crutches is alluding to in the chat. Ayton looks really good today. Projection-wise, on Ayton, he ranks 27th. So let's go ahead and throw him in there. And then Shaedon Sharpe is right after him. They actually project better than Gobert, who I have right here, but not too far away. So we'll be cognizant once we get into this range. It's important to not be overweight, unless you want to be overweight in this range. But for my risk tolerance, I'm not really one to get overweight on these late round guys anymore. It just doesn't really work out for me whenever I do it. So we're going to keep our eye out for Ayton and Sharpe in these drafts, see if they get drafted. And if not, then we'll be in there to take them. All right, who else do we not have in here that we need to add? So Gordon Hayward got downgraded as I started doing these stream, as soon as I started off the stream. Otherwise, he would definitely be in consideration. But he went from probable to questionable. Him and Brandon Miller both. I don't know that I would bump down LaMelo because of Gordon Hayward being out, but I don't think that that's like great news for LaMelo. All right. Projections are saying we should look at Michael Porter Jr. next. Similar thesis, man. Like I said, I like all these Nuggets. He's been really productive without Jamal Murray. Help shouldering the load offensively. We'll put him next in these rankings. And I'm just looking at stochastic projections right now. They like Michael Porter Jr. more than Aaron Gordon, but I'm not sure that I would go that far. We have a Steph in the do not draft territory. Let's at least put Steph, just so I don't miss. Put him right there, just in case he falls. All right, and then as far as my player pool goes, this to me is a pretty solid top 35. I think I would consider Miles Turner, James Harden. I mean, Harden has been ass, but I think he just has the chance to put up a 6-round score that you need. And I'm a Tobias Harris simp. Hasn't really done much outside of, 1 fantasy point per minute, but against the Pacers today, definitely gonna throw him in the queue. We'll throw Jordan Clarkson in the queue as well against the Blazers. He's been playing really well and has been pretty underrated. Joe Val, I think, is interesting today too. Something tells me Biggs against the Mavericks isn't the worst play in the world. Are we doing Skylar Mays today? I'm not doing the PSYOP, but are you guys? Pace up 3-point shooters late in drafts. Yeah, I like that. I like that thought process. Heat check is not going to overlay, Ben. There's no shot in hell. Fourth quarter screaming, why the fuck Batum in? Don't got to say that today. Batum is out for the Sixers. Interesting. You're not obligated to draft a Clipper today. Well, you can't make me not draft a Clipper today. I'm going to draft him. Yeah, I mean, Zion against the Mavs is obviously like who you want. I'm probably not going to do like if there was I'm surprised we don't have a full court press today, but I mean with all these other options, like I get it. A lot of variety today. It's cool to, sacrifice the full court press to do this because it takes a lot of time to do these full court presses, and it's probably not as much of a money maker for Numi and the underdog team to do a full court press. But man, I think it would be cool. Like, An 8-person draft or like a 10-person draft, I think would do really, really well. Just like some slight expansion, I think would do really well for 10 games. All right, I am getting dangerously close to not maxing the buzzer beater, but that's okay. Don't necessarily have to max everything. Another Embiid AD buzzer beater just was had. All right, let's do the triple double. This is where I think I'm going to put most of my entries in today. I need 3 more for a triple double if you guys haven't maxed this yet and want to draft with me. That's true. If I don't max, then I simply don't know ball. Got to put it all on the table. All right, I need 2 more for a triple double. In the meantime, let's check out Zion pick'ems today against the Mavericks. I'm not sure if you guys saw Zion did a press conference, and it was pretty funny. I mean, it wasn't funny that he was mad. I feel for him that he was upset, but he was so out of breath in his press conference, man. It was just like too good. Like big fella Zion, man, just like he was so frustrated, and he might have been huffing and puffing because he was frustrated, but like it also just seems like the dude just has just like big man breath cadence. It was pretty funny. Look at his comments if you hadn't seen it yet. He was frustrated with the team, but just couldn't breathe. Oh no, Copper having trouble with his button clicker. Send me the code. I'll take a look. Yeah, that's what I saw too. They said it was from James, C-Mash, Boston James there, breathing like late season Tony Soprano. Oh my god, that had me dying. All right, 1-0-1 because that's just what we do. That's so on a Jokic slate. I mean, anything can happen, right? This is why we play the games. That's why they play the games. Anything can happen. Things are random. But getting Jokic on Jokic slates is just like it's so unbelievably important. And if you just run bad on your draft picks and you just don't get a lot of 101s on a Jokic slate, like sometimes them's are just the breaks, man. Yeah, T-Box. Wasn't sure if it was possible to not max. But I'm trying it. I'm trying not maxing out. And I'll tell you what, man, my evenings are just not the same without the immense anxiety of hanging on to every single play that takes place across 5 games at once. Living and breathing, living and dying with every single event that takes place in a basketball game is just the way that I like to live. And it's been tough sitting out these these heavily invested hoop slates, say what you will, what that means for me. Chip, I missed this. Top 15 last night. Let's go, dude. Broke no longer. Literally 15th place. Nice cheeky little Vooch. Sabonis. Fox at pick 27. Nice. Good night for Chip. Chip, if you're in these heat checks, let me know so I know whether or not it's worth drafting. All right, here's the board. Let's be a good host. Okay, we're on the clock. Bane goes there to John Galt, who I don't know if John Galt is in the Discord or not, but I see him quite a bit. All right. It's Wemby day. We'll go Wemby. Markkanen versus Kyrie. That's a real decision for me. We'll go Kyrie. But I hope that doesn't burn me. I don't want to get too cute there. This is a pretty sharp room. Yeah, Chip literally is the heat check. Chip himself is the heat check. Chip's going to win the gauntlet this year because he is the playoff best ball king. If you didn't know, now you know. Chip just destroys in playoff best ball. Yeah. Definitely have to rip a heat check. You have to. $20 to win 8K against 400 people. You have to. Not financial advice, but let's see if it's only 12, so I'm or 12 God's time, so I'm not sure. Oh, we do have ETR ranks. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in my sheet and then share with you guys the blended ranks. Blending projections from multiple sources isn't necessarily like good practice. I think it's good to kind of evaluate them on their own and understand how people are going to be using these projections, especially in these drafts. You don't necessarily have to follow them one to one, but because I do this sheet now, thanks to Numi's guidance, it's just fun to share. So I'll share these with you. I'm for whatever reason, man, Stochastic and ETR were not populating any projections for Portland and the Jazz. Not sure why that was. Stochastic ended up fixing that, but ETR does not have right now anything for Portland, which is kind of odd. Okay, here's JJJ staring us in the face. I kind of want to do the dual freaks. Triple freaks. Well, quad freaks, really. I love Kyrie. We take that back. Triple freaks. Just 3 unicorns. And our very special boy in Kyrie. I think I might take Paul George just to make Rydock tilt a little bit, but yeah, man, there's something about this doesn't feel good. This JJJ, this doesn't feel good. I have serious concerns that the Grizzlies are just. I mean, there's no need to have concerns. Like they're obviously not good, but it seems to be trickling down to JJJ, and now I just don't want anything to do with it. Yeah, we got to round out the freaks with Bulbul. Clax Day. Is it though? I got to be honest, Chip. I agree. I honestly agree. Nick Claxton against Mo Wagner. Lunch is going to be eaten and stole. That game feels really bad, and everything will tell you that we shouldn't be chasing Claxton, but I can't read, so can't tell me shit. All right, we're going to hide some columns and some rows here. I wish I'm just going to IKB these Portland projections. I would love to know why ETR and they don't even have Ayton in there. What is going on? Is there like injury news that they're waiting for in Portland that I'm like not aware of? Anyways, got one last pick here. Staring at Gobert. Somebody take Claxton. 40 points, 40 fantasy points, that is, against the Wiz. We're being told that's his ceiling. I don't know. I think if you get him to 30 minutes, if that game goes to OT, that's always good. Okay, I think this is Ayton for me. I'm normally like so staunchly anti-Ayton. But against Utah, let's do it. There might be something to taking Ayton before ETR puts out their projections on the Blazers because for some reason they don't have any. All right. I'm going to hide these rows that I said I would, and we'll just hide the actual raw projections themselves to be courteous and share the blended ranks. Like I said, it's probably better to look at them individually, these ranks, but you know, it kind of helps just to have an idea. All right. Checking up on the chat here. Rydock's going to say, I told you so. I'll enjoy my 40 points from Paul George. Thank you very much. Okay, so here's what we're looking at from our blended ranks here. LeBron, an obvious standout here. People are just really worried about that Q tag. I'm not going to be taking him this high, but man, oh man. That stands out. Zion stands out a little bit here too. It's kind of interesting that we finally get to see the Wemby respect. I get it, right? I get why. Matchup is pristine. He has an elite ceiling. I just find it interesting. I wonder what like the Sharps are gonna do. Are they gonna capitulate? I would. I mean, this feels like a really good spot. Maxey getting his respect. Still not. I mean, you could even argue it's disrespect, but this is gonna really depend on if Embiid's in or out. And if he's out, I think he does get a slight bump. I don't think it's a big bump, but maybe I'm just not thinking about Maxey in the right way. Ant down here at 9.8. This would be considered a little below his ADP. Murray with a pretty bullish projection here. I'm not sure that that's worth chasing, but if his ADP is going to stay at 23, I would take him at ADP, obviously. Well above Bane, Steph, and these others. BI sort of stands out. Cat stands out in a bad way. And then everything else is just, take your pick. Who's your favorite? I don't really have any strong leans here other than, like, I think Oscar Thompson is going to be found in a lot of my lineups. I wish I took him in that triple-double, to be honest. Steelers make Jalen Warren the starting running back. It's about goddamn time, man. Like, I hope this doesn't make me a fraud, but like, Jalen Warren is one of my highest owned players in best ball. I wasn't fading Jalen Warren. I was just taking Najee because nobody else was, and I was a believer. I mean, I've got bigger problems. We're loving this. There's nothing wrong with this. This is fantastic. Do you look at just BBM? We're loving this. This is great news. I mean, 6 Najee teams in BBM. I feel like that's over the field on Sharps. Why does Najee hurdle every run? Why is the sky blue? I know there's a real answer for that. You traded Warren in Dynasty. Hot take, I think that was actually probably pretty smart. I need to actually see this tweet real quick. I think I'm allowed to take a hoops detour for Jaylen Warren news. Roto World. Steelers make Jaylen Warren starting running back. There it is, folks. The Steelers announced Jaylen Warren as the team's starting running back. He did kind of mention the night before that whatever had transpired throughout the team, he was saying that he was going to announce me and that I'm deserving of it. Warren told reporters after the Steelers beat Green Bay. I mean, Najee had more carries, but that's just like great news. That is great news. We love this. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. That's fantastic. All right, let's look at these pick'ems. I would like to get an entry in these pick'ems. Do you guys have anything that you would like to throw in here? I know I'm the one leading, but anything that doesn't involve any like funny business. I think maybe let's look at Shea. I think I would just do like his points straight up against the Spurs. This is really high and it's really efficient, but against the Spurs, he's going to fill it up. He's eclipsed that in 3 straight. Did I mention he's playing the Spurs? I'm throwing him in there. What else should we add in here? Anything on the Lakers? 3.5 stocks for AD is just so many. We only have AD up on there. 11.5 assists for Halliburton. That still might be low. That might be the only edge that we have left on Halliburton is that we can get him. Like, this should probably be 12.5. Let me do some cross-referencing of other places that have projections on the assists for Halliburton. 11.5 doesn't appear to be like a super sharp play here on Underdog. Copper, are you actually serious? Oh, I'm looking at NBA. No, I'm looking, yeah. Do they actually do fantasy points? I just need to see this. How the fuck do they even calculate fantasy points? He's gone higher than what is listed. Fuck it. Okay, we've got a couple suggestions for Tyrese Maxey. We can't do any Maxies because they are worried about Embiid. Embiid is the only Sixer up right now. And that is like across the board everywhere. The Clippers are allowing 10.8 boards per game to small forwards. 2x spicy on Michael Porter Jr. double-double. I don't need to be convinced of anything, man. I heard you the first time. Yeah, we can't do any Maxi stuff. Do I just like Do we just roll? Do we just roll with Halliburton? 11.5 assists? I mean, it's the value isn't here. The value would say that you should go find this projection somewhere else and play it somewhere else, but I'm a glutton for punishment. T-Rare says it's too high. It is really high. All right. This is a 12x. We'll do $10 because we've got a spicy boy in here. Need to respect the spice. Don't want to get burnt by the spice. Numi. Come on. How are we going to take away SGA points? They're 31.5 for God's sake, man. All right, let me refresh because apparently we've got Sixers. And we're for sure running this Djokovic because Copper suggested it and he's running hotter than the sun. All right, chat. What do we like? What do we like on Maxey? Do we like assists? 7, 6, and 9 in his last 3. I would just do points, like just straight up. It's the Pacers. It's in the name. Peace, Crutches. All right, this is supposedly back, but we have a spicy. We're just still going to keep it 10. So we really think that Maxey's going to, like, his assists go up without Embiid? I guess, right? I mean, that's. Do we have a Maxey Spice on the blocks? He is a block party. This is such a nutty number. 40.5 PRA. All right, T-Bear. I hear you. All right, we need one more for this probably. We've got Djokovic fantasy points. This starts in an hour and a half. I got to get this thing in. MPJ spicy double-double. We got 3 threes for Maxey. Interesting. Let's see what Maxey averages for threes, shall we? Lonnie Walker will play. Adjust the ranks. Tyrese Maxey on the season averages 3.4 threes a game, and he's playing the Pacers. Yeah, explicit. I typically do compare, but try not to use those names on stream or talk about what things I'm looking at over there on stream because we're playing fantasy sports. Mark Williams, double-double. T-Bear. I don't know that I want to build a full T-Bear pick'em entry. That feels too much. T-Bear, you get one pick in this pick'em, dude. I capitulated with you on Maxey assist. You got to tell me which one you like. Okay, Maxey assist is good value. I need. This is at 20x. pick fours are just, I like to do threes, fives, or twos. All right, Max's layup. I got it. Yeah, it is. It's the model GA. You're absolutely right. All right. I need to hurry up and get one more because I don't think we're gonna keep this maxi stuff up. I don't think it's gonna stay. All right, let's look at Zion. No, I don't know what those beeps were. I'm sorry if you guys are hearing that. It's probably something outside. What are we thinking for Zion? Anybody have any thoughts there? 38.5 PRA. That seems a tad high for me. Points and boards for Zion as well. 33.5 seems a bit high. $30.5 points and assists. That seems to be. We could do Cade. 3.5. Look at him. He's cutting down these turnovers, though. All right. Clay has come in here with a play. We like Ant-Man. Boards and assists. 10.5. Boards and assists. Let's cross-reference this with another source. Boards and assists. Boards and assists. For Edwards. See this one I'm struggling with because it's a low total. But he's crushed this in his last 3 games. He's had this one circled on his calendar. I kind of buy it. Oh, we've got a lower suggestion in the chat from Ben saying lower Cole Anthony points, boards, and assists. See, the thing is like Cole Anthony is such good vibes that like I don't know that I want to fade Cole Anthony. Like I agree that this is a bad spot. $18.5 PRA against the Nets. Still no Markelle Fultz is the thing. Yeah, I do like Osor T-Bear. I since I agree with you, I might go there. But all right, you know what? Screw it. Let's do this. $10 to win 20x to win 40x. I'm gonna share it with the chat, and then we're gonna do one with Osor. Bada bing, bada boom. There you guys go. If you feel like tailing, not financial advice. Okay. I like what you guys are on. We're gonna do Cole Anthony. This one, we already put Ant-Man in one in that one I literally just shared. Let's look at Osor. I didn't get Cole, so we'll do. I think I like the 14 flat boards and assists for Osor Thompson. Nothing for. Oh, I spelled his name wrong. Do you guys like anything for DeJounte? Everything here seems really gassed up. Let's try to locate a lower. I like Cade today, so maybe we do a lower on Cade. let's look at Karl Anthony Towns. He is really high in ADP, and I just don't think that that's correct. He's been filling it up. Yeah, dang. This is tough. Okay, we're not going to do anything with Cat. I'm looking for a lower. Ben said he likes the Zion lower. He had a bad game, I believe, last outing. Hasn't had. He got like this wasn't even like a good game. I don't know. Zion projects well today. I have trouble going lower on Zion. I think we're going to go with the Cade turnovers. And what we're going to actually do, I'm since Karl Anthony Towns is so priced up in drafts, like I'm not like I'm definitively not getting to Karl Anthony. However, he's been playing well. Like what my thesis here is like hitting one of these hires because I'm not drafting Karl Anthony Towns. He's not going to be found on any of my lineups, and I love to hedge. Let's see what we've got for Karl Anthony Towns by way of boards and assists elsewhere. 11.5 elsewhere, and that is looking rich. This is a bit much. PRA for Karl Anthony Towns is 32.5. That feels like maybe what I should do. Because like this is not a high number. It's really not. Yeah, we're going to do this. Well, wait, no, I've got 4. I need to do 5. I can't do 4s. Let's check out Steph Curry. Up against Minnesota again. The total is low. I still think I kind of like the points for Steph. What's he at for threes? 5 threes. $30.5 points. He's questionable today with a knee soreness. I think he's going to play. What's up, JM? All right. Thank you, T-Bear. This is what I was looking for. 2x. I think I did this one already. No, I did MPJ. Okay. $10 max if I've got a pick'em of 5 with a spice. Just gotta be smart about these spicy ones, man. That took no convincing at all. I like this game. If you guys want a tail, there you go. All right, I got time for one more pick'em. If you guys want to continue to throw things at me, I kind of like the idea of an allspice. What about Miles? No, get out of here. Insured spice? That is some sick shit. I'll see what it comes out to, but that is some sick neutered shit right there. We're going maxi block. Shout out Chip. Okay, I kind of this is so like not smart, but I really like this. Is it okay? I think this is okay to put both in one. I agree, Rob. You can't put a condom on a spicy pick'em. On a 5 spice pick'em, you're gonna throw the insurance on there. We're gonna see what it looks like, because I love Clay and I want to see what the hell he's talking about here. What else did we like with these spices? Jimmy is 1.5. I hate that. I really hate that. Yeah, he needs to make 2, but it's against Charlotte. Nah. I hate that. Maxi Spice is gonzo. They hate us. That's crazy. All right, yeah, we can go across the sports, Ben. Keaton, Devon Achane, Mitchell. Yeah, why not? Let's look at Rudy Gobert. Does Rudy Gobert get any spice love? No, he does not. All right. Yeah. We'll get that. We'll get a Keaton one in there on Wednesday. Okay. De'Anthony Melton. No, thank you. Even though I do love me some De'Anthony Melton. Let's just take a peek. Let's just take a peek because I love me some De'Anthony Melton. Fast-paced game. I kind of like the 1.5 steals. Let's look at some other areas. Ooh, no, that's not good. Yeah, that's not it. Michael Porter Jr. back to MPJ for the turnovers. But like all he does is just catch and shoot. I guess you're never going to really feel good about these spices. KCP has been playing good minutes. He has not recorded a block in his last 3 games. Okay. Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. just simply catches and shoots and gets lost on defense. All right, I'm going to actually do a cat double-double. No, Jaren Jackson couldn't get 10 boards to save his life. Bane 1.5 steals as a spice has my attention. If it's for 1.5x, that's decent for what that is at elsewhere. Mathurin, say less, my guy. I love me some Benny Math. What's he been doing on the season? Averaging 1.2. Yeah, let's throw him in there. All right, one more for all the spice. Let's check out the Jazz. My boy Jordan Clarkson getting a block and steal spice against the Portland Trailblazers. We've got AD spice. What's the AD spice? Clarkson. AD spice for steals. Does AD make a three-pointer against the Grizz tonight? Almost certainly not. He has a 3 against the Kings, a 3 against the Suns, and a 3 against the Nuggets. Has he even attempted any threes in these last few games? Can Osor hit a 3? He can do anything. I kind of like him for 1.5 blocks for the spice. No, that's not good. This needs to be 1.5 for me to consider it. But can Osor Thompson hit a 3? That is the question. He averages more threes than... See, he only averages point... Yeah, like his 3 being 1.25 and ADs being 2x. Like, I would rather do ADs. We're going to do Osor blocks. So y'all are out here telling me that you would ensure a spot. For the love of God, just let me do one pick'em. Are we serious? We can't get nothing around here, man. They just completely took away the steals. Cool. Awesome. Great content. All right, we need one more. Do we just go Hallie 1 point? No. God, this is why I don't do spice. I hate the spice. But we've got to. Let's look at Nick Claxton. We were talking about Clax Daddy. Yeah, this is a no-brainer. All right, we need to speed run our way into this 97.65. This one's actually going to be $5. Let's be real. All right, $5 to win 500. Live a little. Okay, guys, that's going to wrap it up for your boy. There's a lot of other good hoops content tonight. You've got to check out the guys over at Club Top Shot. They have on Nick Pam, who has just taken all of our money so far this season. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to hear that interview and take some notes and maybe get better at this game. But I will see you guys in these lobbies. Probably not in the main, but triple double. I got 2 more entries there. I'm going to finish out my buzzer beaters and maybe do some free throws. Yeah, Club Top Shot's going to be so dope. Shout out Clay. Shout out Andy. Really excited for that. And yeah, you guys are going to see us a lot more on this channel, by the way. So if you are not subscribed for whatever reason, make sure you subscribe. Give us a like. That helps a lot. Yeah, we are, just a little peek behind the curtain. Little spoiler alert. Maybe not this week, but starting very soon, we are going to be shifting the Underdog Daily content over back to this channel. And we're just going to do all of our content on here just to make things like easier for the audience. And it just works out for everybody that way. So probably starting next week, you can anticipate that. But yeah, anyways, man, this will be fun. Once again, check out Club Top Shot. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Good luck on these pick'ems. Good luck on your teams. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.